Hi, welcome back to another video. In this video I will be doing an internship Q&A. Now a lot of people, they have been asking me questions about my experience during internship, and then I reply to them on WhatsApp and all that. So I just kind of went back in those chats, took those questions and decided to answer them publicly. So yeah, I wrote them down on my phone. I'm currently doing internship at Maple Hospital in Clarendon, which is a new space, a new environment that I am slowly growing to like. Well, I like it. And a slow grow. But as many of you know, I studied in China, and so there was a switch with coming back. You know, when you study abroad and you come back to your home country and you realize, wow, everything is so different here. Jamaicans tend to drag their feet a lot with a lot of things, especially medications, you know, that's something that I never seem to understand. Some people, they know them have a sugar, they have the pressure, they give them medications, they go home, they don't take them, and they end up right back in hospital. You ask them, did you take your medications? No. Then of course you're gonna end up back here. And them things, I'm not Jamaican for some reason. Most people see me and they're like, you're not Jamaican. When I talk to Patois, you're not Jamaican. You come from, you know what I'm telling me? I come from Nigeria. Every day somebody tells me that I'm Nigerian, and at this point, I'm just Nigerian. How does a Jamaican look? How does a Jamaican behave? Now we as a people must step back and really evaluate what only think Jamaicans be. Being back in my home country has its benefits in that I can speak to them in our language, Patois or English, whichever one they prefer, and that really helps me because some people, them just now go get the, okay, Mrs. Brown, so you're going to need to take your medications. Yeah, I say, Miss Brown, listen, no. You see, if you don't take that pill here, you can get something called stroke. Your pressure go so high and you can get something called stroke. You know, strokes be ever here. And then, you know, you can reason with them. You know which type of patients you can do that with. And I like that, the flexibility of my personality. I can I'll meet you where you are. You know, some people you'd have to be yeah, so if you miss this medication, this is what will happen. You know that, do you know seizures? Yes, seizures. Does it run in your family? What is a seizure? Have you ever viewed one before? Can you walk me through what you saw? And some people have to say, Master, do you ever see somebody get fits? It's just funny. My days are so interesting because of how I have to switch up to people, which it's not fake. It's I have to and that's the next thing with living abroad, especially in China. I was forced to be more patient because that's their culture. They're very patient, very they adhere to rules, they're very disciplined, those things that we, to be honest, we lack. That's the strength I got from going to school in China, and so it makes me build a bond with my patients, and we sit and we talk and them tell me every little thing what's wrong with them, and I say, alright, this is not normal. Your foot hurt you today? Let me know if your foot hurt you, or you feel no belly pain or in a chest pain. Tell me every little thing what's wrong with you so I can help you. And then I go to my seniors and then I let them know and I run it by them. And and that's the next thing they have said to me that they really appreciate, because I don't really overlook things. And I'm very thorough when I do stuff because I notice a lot. You notice a lot by listening. And so that's a big tip I would say to anybody. Don't just rush and see the patient. Just observe them. It's not by the book for internship. Every patient is different. They'll present differently. They can just have one thing from where you study from the topic there, you know, and you can easily miss that because you're saying no, but they don't have that, so they couldn't have this disease. It's not like that, especially in Jamaica, especially now. You know, times are changing. Things that people used to get when they're older, cancers, people are dying from cancers, even teenagers I've seen. So it makes me sad that we lack that discipline in Jamaica. I feel like we'd go so far as a people if we had that type of discipline, self-respect, adherence to rules, compliance, as the Asian people in Asian countries do, especially China. We would be so far as a people, but it is what it is. I just have to work with where we are right now, especially in the healthcare world. What unexpected skills or knowledge from your time in China has proven useful in your medical practice? As I said, like I have like more patience. I don't know, I'm more understanding, more chill. You know, you can talk to me about, that's just how I am as a person. Like you can talk to me about anything. Girl talk, guy talk, anything. I'm not like a judgment. I'm not gonna say like no, I'm going to listen to you, and that really helps you in the medical field. Because like, let me give an example. It's not a real life. I'm twisting a real life experience. So say Mass George comes into A&E, right, for poisoning, right, abdominal pain and vomiting, not poisoning. You don't know what it is yet, and you ask him, Mass George, so you know, like, when you start feel a belly pain, you know, what you did I do? He said, boy, me out and I feel a plant yam, you know, and I spray the Gramaxone, and me out there, and me start, Gramaxone, poisoning. You can't get poisoned that way. And then me go inside, but you know, some me have worm. Sometimes they ramble, they go off track. But sometimes I tell you, as a Jamaican doctor, you're going to have to know when to guide them along the track and when to listen to the ramble. Because look at this now, I could just be like, no man, just tell me when what happened to you, where you take, you know. But he was telling me, say, when he go inside now, and when he sit down around the table, he remember saying he have worm, and he said, boy, I must see worm, them a bite him in the belly. You could have been there trying to rush this man and tell him, we don't want to hear about that. But listen, he said he have worm in the belly, so him go over and go get some rat poison, and him eat the rat poison because he knows, say, rat poison and go kill the worm them. You understand? So you know, you say, in your head, you say, rat poison, the man him really eat rat poison because he believes that that's what's going to like get rid of the worms. So you see how this ties in, and in that he poisons himself with the rat poison, thinking it's going to help him. You can't be there and laugh after the man. No, you have to show some empathy, because that's what he knows, that's what he believes. So you're going to have to counsel him and be like, boy, I'm at Mass George, no, you know, like, rat poison are poison, and only rat them supposed to eat it. Humans, it can kill you, it can, that cause you pain, you know. And then you worm them, you try kill the worm them, and you almost kill yourself, because rat poison very dangerous. You have something they call arsenic. You ever hear about arsenic? You tell him, saying can't do that, none to put you up from a pitney them, no make nobody touch you and put in them. You understand? You have to, that's what I mean. Like, sometimes you have to know when to cut them off and when to let them talk, because Jamaicans, the story now gonna be like, it's not gonna be a straight line in Jamaica. They're going to, you know, as we all do, girls do it, guys do it sometimes. The thing that I notice in Jamaica, especially if you study in China or abroad, them always say don't tell the consultants or the residents which school you studied or where you studied, because there's this thing that, oh, the China doctors are dunce, or the Cuban doctors them dunce, or... And at first I was scared. At first I didn't really tell anybody. Like, they would ask me what school I'm going, I bring them in circles deliberately. But now I am standing in the fact that yes, I went to school in China, because my work speaks for itself. You get me? Like, them know some, I do my work and I do my job well. I believe I'm doing a really good job. And so yeah, I come from China, so what? I went to school in China, so what? I'm doing great now. I'm learning. I want to learn more. Where I went to school doesn't define me or define like how well I do my job. I'm doing a great job, so I don't care now. If you ask me what school I go to China. I went to China. I'm so happy to tell you. And like, the patients ask me, and even some of my patients I realize actually work there, teach English, and it's just so nice. Like, when you hear that, you're like, oh my gosh, you went there too. Or you see them with something, and you, like, I see them with something that I know you can only get in China. I would ask them where they get that from, and they're like, you know, when I was in China. I'm like, you went to China? I studied in China. Yeah, it's nice. It makes me feel happy. I feel so happy when that happens, to be honest. And like I love to establish bonds. I know like you can't really get attached to everybody, but how I like to go about my patient care is building a bond and that trust with a patient, because you build that bond, you build that comfort. They're able to tell you stuff and you're able to help them, and they see that you're trying to help them. And so I like that. That's my approach. Might not be the best for everybody else, but it's what's best for me. It keeps me interested. It keeps me occupied, and I go home and I think about them, and then I'm like, what could we do for Miss Marcy now? What could I do for her? She tell me say, and I say, let me call one of my friend them, and then let me read up on this, and then I realize what she has. And yeah, that's how and that's studying for me. Studying isn't only reading my notes, because I do that, but studying is seeing the patient, thinking about them throughout the day, going home, reading up on them, listening on rounds. All of this is my studying. So you can try that too, or just find what works best for you in your internship. Yeah, because it's different for everyone. Okay, so compare the hands-on experience between hospitals. Do you get to do procedures on your own, or is it guided? So at Black River, you get to do most things, if not everything, on your own. At Mandeville, as a student, you don't have to if you don't want to. Depends on what school you go to. At UE, you have to. And so when I, coming from my school, I tried my best to. I tried to copy whatever the UE students were doing, up down to them curriculum, the classes they had on their little tablets. I would sit beside them and listen to their classes. So yeah, Maypen, you get to do them on your own as well. As an intern, that's what you kind of expect to do. It's just that at Maypen they will like guide you initially, but after a while you're on your own, which is okay because I kind of ease you into it. Well, for me, my experience eased me into it. So yeah, what's the work integration like, and the staff? So the staff, they're really nice. Most of them funny. I love a funny, laughy person. Not all the nurses are like that. You have one and two that's really mean and feisty, and I did put one of them in her place. I'm a very calm person, but I also know nonsense. I don't take disrespect. And yeah, them did frighten to hear me get loud on them, because I'm not really loud. I'm a very chill, as I said. But when it comes for disrespect, I'm gonna take disrespect. So porters, they're nice. For the most part, they're very helpful. If people see that you want to learn, they will teach you. Like if they see say you're interested and there's potential, they'll let you know and they'll guide you, which I really appreciate. Yeah. So what kind of med schools do they go to? It's a blend. Most people are from Guyana, but they're not Guyanese. They're like Nigerians or like from Africa on a whole. There are a few China and UE and CMSJ. I think that's the name of the school. Yeah, so it's like a blend of people, and Indians. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to talk about this. The expectations of seniors. They when they want you to get something done, they want you to get it done now. And obviously some things are more serious than some, right? But for my MO, I let him know, sir. Well, he knows that I work well, right? I can get the job done by 11:30, 12, because I'll get to work early. Right now it's 7:30. I've been here from like 6:50. Yeah, but I don't like to work like that every day. I have anxiety, and so I need to pace myself on some days. Some days I just take it slow throughout the whole day and I end at 4. Some days I end at 12. And I always take my lunch break. That's one thing with me. I tell him I'm going to eat, because if I don't eat, I'm going to be miserable, and the job, I'm going to start missing things because I'm hungry, my mind isn't there. The quality of my work depends on if I'm fed or not, and if I look good. If I'm being honest, like if I feel good, look good, yeah. So I need those things, sir, and he respects that. So I like that. I always advocate for myself. I speak up. I tell you if I don't like something, I ask advice. That's the type of person I am. So pace yourself, yeah, because some days they don't care. generally just want the work to be done. So you have to make sure that you're okay in internship. Make sure so you eat. I've never missed a lunch. I've never missed a dinner on duty. I pack my breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, porridge, cereals and teas. You know, everything I want is right here. That's why I have so many bags here. I make sure that I'm comfortable. Please make sure that you're comfortable as well. Yeah, you know, I'm just going to have to make a part 2 to this video because I feel like it's going to be too long. I feel like I've been talking for a very long time. So I'm just going to make a note of where I stopped today, and I'll probably pick up next week. Yeah, today. But thanks so much for listening and chilling with me. Off topic, but today is my patient's birthday. So I was post-call yesterday. I was so tired, but I went and I got him some gifts, and I baked a cake and balloons and ribbons, and he's just a little boy, you know. So why not? He deserves it. Everybody deserves a good birthday, right? But anyway, love you guys so much. I will be back in a couple of days. All right, bye.